Oh, wait, sorry. Give me a sec. Okay, so we're not going to go to Facebook. Facebook's giving me a bug. We'll upload that later to Facebook.
That's all right. LinkedIn's good for me.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is on LinkedIn. Actually, you know what? The one thing I want to do is, um, if you, how do I tag you on LinkedIn?
With
You know what? We're live right now. Let's rock and roll. All right. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Dub Podcast Connection Loop. And today I'm with Jessica. Jessica, if you could introduce yourself and just tell us what you do. Super impressed with your story. Would love to hear it from you.
Sure. My background is in business and marketing. I've built multiple companies, and today I run a very successful coaching company where I really empower B2B coaches and consultants to sell and scale ultra high-end programs, so high 5 and 6 figures.
Okay, so one of the things that I think people are talking a lot about right now is how to scale, but also how to scale without burning out. And my definition of scaling versus growing is that scaling requires no more inputs to get more outputs, which means you don't need to hire more people, you don't need to spend more advertising dollars. You can use better strategies like the ones that we would learn from you, Jessica, to scale, as opposed to growing takes more money and more people. So love to understand how we can scale, but then also how to do it without burning out.
Well, a big thing I always recommend is beginning with the end in mind. So many entrepreneurs, they get started in business, they're just trying to figure it out, kind of throwing things against the wall, seeing what will stick. They're trying to make money quickly to replace their corporate salary. And oftentimes they don't think about actually what is their pricing model, how many clients they need to get to the income, the revenue that they want. And so what happens is they end up just burning the candle at both ends, being reliant on a lot of volume. They may not be able to deliver it while also wearing all the other hats that it takes to be a business owner. And so what you need to do is build it with the end in mind so that you don't end up making money and resenting it or burning out before you even hit your goals. So what do you want to make? What do you want your life to look like? And if that doesn't include 60 to 80-hour work weeks, then you need to say, okay, this is how many hours I want to work. This is the money I want to make. And
Mhm.
define clearly how many clients you need to get you to your goals. Right? And think about this. Please consider that there is so much more to a business than just delivering. When somebody says, I have a full practice and they've got 25 private clients, I'm like, you're exhausted and I already know
Mm.
that. Right? So think about the end in mind. How can you, again, structure your business model, your pricing, so that you can make a bigger impact with less volume?
Okay, so one of the things that we always talk about, and of course we're biased because we are running a video sales platform called Dub, and we believe in video to the fullest extent possible. And the reason why we believe in video with respect to scaling your business, to building relationships, to driving more conversions to your business, is because it allows you to clone yourself. When you record a video, someone can watch it one time, they can watch it again and again and again, and they can share it with another person from their team, maybe a decision maker, maybe a stakeholder. And as a
Yes.
result, you can have more influence and more impact, because the more influence that we have, the higher the chance that we can actually work with someone. So you're a believer in video. We see you on LinkedIn. I recommend that everyone go connect with Jessica on LinkedIn because she's got a great presence and she does videos at least once a week, if not more. And the second thing is that it allows us to go and build a relationship to drive conversions,
Yes.
i.e., a one-to-one message. So my question for you is simple: why don't more people use video?
I think it's a number of reasons. I mean, one, fear. They might be terrified on camera, and this is really common. Even if you're confident in person, maybe as soon as you turn that camera on, you go into fear. And this is why we teach confidence on camera in my coaching programs. But another big reason is people just don't know what to say. And so again, if you're unsure of your messaging, if you're unsure how to communicate your value, and you get that piece right, then you compound that effect with video. And as you were saying, you can really drive sales, drive leads, and ultimately more conversions. But you got to know what to say, and you got to find your confidence.
Okay, so take us through a process on how we can figure out what to say on video. And I'll even take a step back and I'll
Yes.
say that one of the reasons and the ways that people get hung up on video is because they click record and they feel like they're sort of stuck in their head. They're figuring out, like, how can I feel comfortable with myself on video, recording the video and then watching myself on video afterwards. So my
Mhm.
question for you is, how can we develop a strategy to put our clients first or our prospects first, and then create content that actually benefits them instead of getting stuck in our head?
Yeah, we'll take a step back, be casual, right? We are in the modern day Zoom era, so everybody's used to being on videos. You don't have to have a polished, high production video to connect with someone. So be yourself, be authentic. And the number one thing you should be asking yourself is, how can I add value? Right? Because I think a big mistake that people make, especially in their outreach in general, is they come off as really pushy, aggressive, salesy, spammy. Instead, take a step back, keep it casual. How can I add value to this relationship? And if you take that approach to anything that you do, whether it's video or other pieces of content, you'll see greater engagement and a lot more trust, and therefore conversions.
I love that answer. Now let's go back to the scale component here. So how does video help us scale if you were to dissect this?
It's many ways. One, you're going to reach more people.
Hmm.
Like, the number one way that you can create trust with your audience is through video. It's the number one way. It's why in my program we teach people how to teach their solution in a short, concise, and powerful way, because everybody doesn't have all day to listen to, hour-long videos. And so video helps you cut through the noise. It helps people connect with your voice, with your facial expressions. It helps them connect with you as an expert. You have the opportunity to share value and to teach, versus kind of sharing, generic blogs. And it really fast tracks your ability to create trust and rapport. And so if you want to become an expert, if you want to become in demand and have leads flowing to you, then video is a powerful medium. When your market is done right, which includes video, that's 80% of any sales conversation.
Hmm.
Most sales happen before a conversation ever takes place. And so get your marketing right, get your communication on video right, and you're going to have people coming to the call pre-framed to buy.
Pre-framed. I love that concept. One of the things that we talk about a lot is this idea of building a parasocial relationship. And I think that when you mention that video builds trust, I think the reason why that's the case is because seeing is believing.
Right.
If a picture is 1,000 words, then a video is $1,000,000. I always say that, right? And I think that we're all suffering from this idea of trusting people that we meet on the internet. And maybe we've seen content of them, maybe we haven't. But when we see a video of theirs, all of a sudden we can look into their eyes, we can see where they work and they live, and we can build that parasocial relationship that helps us get over that trust hurdle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think with yourself, when you work with high-end clients with high ticket offerings, this is so critically important because the larger the purchase amount, the longer the sales cycle. We all know that from our experience. So one of the things that I always liked about is to talk about is how video decreases the sales cycle. How has that worked for you? How has video decreased your sales cycle? Uh,
Uh, that's a great question. I will tell you, because I do sell really in the ultra high end space. I have clients who come to me who says, I have binge watched every single video you've put out. Right? I know what you do. I've had people where I turn them down to work with me, and they come back and say, I've watched every video, I'm ready, I'm in. And literally it's an ultra high end deal on a single call close. So as far as trust and credibility, like, video is where it's at. Same thing with social proof. You can have written testimonials all
mm,
day long. You don't know if they're real, but when
yeah.
you listen to person after person share from the
Right.
heart what their journey is, that is what sells, right?
Yeah.
There's power in the proof, and there's no greater proof than that on video.
We were looking for a vendor to help us with something for social media, and I remember going through the research process, and I think it was some sort of a survey program that we were trying to launch through social media, and we started to look at a bunch of vendors by just a quick Google search, and we would go to the testimonials section, and at one point we asked ourselves, "Are these real testimonials?" They were text only. Okay.
Right.
So what we decided to do is first we said, okay, let's unpack this. So we decided to do a YouTube search on this company, and then
Mhm.
sure enough, we found a video on this company that says such and such company is a scam. So we watched this video, and what the person did in these videos is they just took the testimonials, they took the users, and they actually did a quick search for them on social media to see if they are actually using the service, and they were not. It was all kind of bogus. Or those accounts didn't even exist. So they were just bogus accounts. And we did a reverse image lookup in Google on one of the profile pictures, and we realized it was just a stock photo
Oh
of
no.
just the model. Yeah. And this is a company that's asking for thousands of dollars per year, and all of their testimonials are bogus.
Right.
And I'm not one of those people that's just kind of a cynical, negative person that doesn't trust everything that I read on the internet. But a lot of people are, and I say trust but verify, because that
Yes.
way we don't become negative. We can go through our own process and just still believe in humanity. But what you said is it's a platinum statement that you can't really fake a video testimonial. When
Right.
someone says something on video, it's real. That's I mean, even with AI videos, you can tell that those are AI for now. So why not stay legitimate? Because otherwise we haven't gotten over that trust hurdle.
Yeah, the videos are powerful. I agree. There's a lot of things that are happening in our industry, and you always have to be aware and use discernment. And that's why I always say when making a decision about any service provider that you look for video testimonials. That is what I look for every time. And that's why I have so many on my website. And whether they are captured in the comfort of their own home or whether they're captured at my event, we want to hear them tell their story, because that is how that person that's watching can connect with them and say, okay, this person's gone through my same struggles and they used her solution and ultimately they got the results that I'm seeking. And the more variety you have, the more that you can have your audience connect with people that are just like them. There's more
Mm.
probability. So use the power of proof, use the power of video to create that trust.
Well, one of the things that I really appreciate about your clientele is that you have really found your tribe. You've really found the ideal client profile. It's coaches and consultants that have a certain a price tag on what they offer, that have a
Yes.
certain budget, a certain mindset, a certain psychographic. What did it take for you to find your ideal client profile?
Well, some of it was trial and error. It was figuring out who I didn't want to work with.
Mm.
And for me, I don't work with brand new coaches in terms of someone that's a Starbucks barista, nothing wrong with that, who's like, I want to build a six-figure coaching business. Where I work with is they may be relatively new to coaching, but they have decades of experience as senior level executives or C-suite, and now they want help translating their knowledge into an expert business. So whether
That
you're
makes a lot
new
of
to
sense.
that, but you have experience, or whether you're a coach who's been doing this for a decade and you want to scale, we can help you do that. But my program is Expert Accelerator. And in order for me to accelerate you as an expert, you actually have to have background and experience solving the problems that you say that you solve.
That makes a lot of sense. So one of the one of the things that I always like to explain when it comes to video, because we're talking about video, we're obviously evangelizing video like crazy right now. But let's just kind of break down what video means. Video can be a social media video, it can be YouTube video, it can be on TikTok or Instagram Reels.
Yes.
It can be on LinkedIn, like the videos that you create. It can also be a one-to-one video message. And this is really specifically what we call a video message. So
Yes.
you had some great success recording personalized video messages that you send to a prospect, to a client,
Yes.
that kind of explain what it is that you offer and what you do and why you're different, and why you're better, frankly.
Mhm.
And take us through that process. And while you're doing that, I'll sort of share a screen grab of an example of one of your video pages. And I think what's really great about this is that we've gone through the effort to optimize your video page. So
Yes.
here we have your Dub video landing page here. This is a personalized video message that you recorded for someone.
Yes.
Okay. And then you have your playlist of your testimonial videos. So
Yes.
each one of these videos automatically appears after your video, and then your specific calls to action. And the money call to action that you have is book your strategy call, which goes to your landing page, which explains what you do. It qualifies the people. So take me through the process of what it's like to record a personalized video message for a prospect or a client.
Well, it's relatively easy, right? Dub makes it super simple to hit that record button. I will say that uh, one of the people that converted, I sent a personalized video to. They had actually booked a strategy call and then canceled. I can't remember what the reason was. And I sent them a personalized video, and they told me, I literally went back and listened to see, did you say my name in that video? That person ended up investing six figures with me over several years. So, but it was that video and that trust that they heard, okay, she's speaking personally to me. She took the time to record a personalized video for me, that ultimately pushed her to reschedule that call and set up the stage for a successful sale. And ultimately, one of my best clients ever.
That's incredible. One of the things that's so interesting is that people spend a lot of time developing their sales and marketing strategies. You know, they get on a big whiteboard, they get a big Visio chart, and they start to diagram. Okay, let's send a campaign. Let's build an automation. If someone does this, then this happens, and there's this evergreen video. And we believe in that, and we love that model, and it's great, right? But what we always tell people is that earn the automation. You know, earn the technology that's going to eventually automate the process, because if you don't know what you're doing, how can you automate it? And if you don't know what works, then how are you going to continue to scale that effort? So
Yeah.
huge shout out to you, Jessica, that you've gone through the time to actually, you know, create personalized videos for people and that have seen results from that effort. Because, you know, if you're selling 6 figures, 7 figures and on, people want to feel like it's a personalized experience. And frankly, I might argue that just spending 10 minutes a day recording personalized video messages for your prospects, the ones that are a really good fit, that's going to be better than spending, you know, hours every single week doing your sales and marketing in a fully automated way. Now, I'm not saying don't automate. What I'm saying is get to a point where you're getting success with your personalization, and then you have another product offering, or now you've hired more people, or you're looking ultimately to scale because you can allocate your time better, and that's when you can activate the campaigns and the automation. These are things that we have in Dub that we always evangelize, but we always tell people to do what you're doing, which is to earn it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have another question here. So one of the things that people talk about a lot is the glass ceiling, right? People don't say, how can I scale my income? How can I scale my salary? Scaling is it's about business growth, right? But at the end of the day, if our business is growing, then our income should be growing. And this is if we're a solopreneur, if we're a SMB owner, or if we work for a company. How can we break through the glass ceiling of our income? And how can we use video to do that?
Well, you can break through the glass ceiling by your pricing model. That's part of it. And sometimes people are going after, quite frankly, the wrong market and they can't afford to pay them more. So let me tell you, there are plenty of companies or individuals that can. So you need to make sure that your solution is going after the highest caliber market with the most urgent need, right? And there's real pain there. I always say I market to people who value time more than money, because they have very little time and their pain is urgent, but they have a lot of money to solve their problem. Some coaches and consultants get caught targeting people who value money over time, because they don't have a lot of money and they have a whole lot of time on their hands to try to DIY it. So if you want to sell ultra high end services, go for people who have limited time but a lot of money. As long as you can position your solution as something that can solve an urgent pain, they'll have the funds to pay you. And then rounding that out to how video can help, again, if you can articulate that you understand their pain, you can show them clearly that you have a way out and that you've done this before, aka social proof, then you're going to create that trust quickly and generate leads and sales.
Love it. Love it. Take us through the ladder of influence. This is a free asset that you offer on your website.
Yes.
In fact, we are going to share the URL so that people can access this link right here and grab this for themselves. But explain this to us.
Yeah, so this is a ladder of influence guide that I put together. It's a free guide and it breaks down 4 different levels of influence that coaches and consultants can use to scale up. You know, there's kind of the bottom of the barrel, which is trapped in generalist, jack or Jill of all trades, master of none. And I talk about the challenges there. And then the next one is specialist, where you have a focus, but you typically are stuck at the center of your business. You don't have enough credibility yet to have kind of that large flow of leads. Where I help people is really elevating them to that level of expert.
Love it. Well, there you go. I've submitted the form and I am on the path, and this is great. You've got a video on that landing page, and this is what we've been talking about. Let's just think about this for a second. Jessica recorded this on one fine afternoon, and this video has been seen how many times do you think? Hundreds, thousands of times?
Thousands of times, I'm sure.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, this is scale. This is how we scale. If this was just a booking link right now to get into her calendar, now she has to go and spend 15 to 30 to 60 minutes talking to someone, and who knows if they're going to be qualified. And this is a great self-qualification process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice job. And then if we go through this process, we can continue to go through the funnel, learn more information, self-qualify. Speaking of qualifications, how do you qualify your clients? Do you ask for a certain income amount, revenue amount, growth amount, budget amount? What's the secret?
Yeah, well, we are ultimately looking for people that do have the funds to invest because what we do is not free. If you want to consume my free content, again, it's out there every single day on LinkedIn and at least one video per week on YouTube, if not more. And so we are looking for people that do have the money to invest. I am looking for people that are looking to get started in the near future. I'm also looking for people who have demonstrated excellence in their field. So again, if you want to become an expert, I need to know that you have experience. Whether you are a newer coach or a more established coach, certain revenue levels we are looking for as well, depending on if you're going into one of our scaling programs. We obviously are expecting a certain baseline revenue in order to be able to 2x to 4x your growth, and that be a substantial number in 12 months.
Awesome. You talk about social proof.
Yes.
You obviously have captured plenty of testimonials. In fact, let me just share a screen. This is actually a showcase page um, made on Dub where all of Jessica's testimonials, or at least a couple of them,
Love them. We
are
should.
now, I'm sure you have a lot more, are now being automatically generated on this showcase page so that someone can click play and then have a playlist video and then access them. What has been the process for you to capture testimonials, to get them as integrated into your whole sales and marketing plan?
So we capture testimonials in one of two ways. Either we capture them at my live events, which I hold several times a year, and they're professionally done and beautiful and high resolution, or we have them capture them on Zoom from the comfort of their home. And I will tell you, because people are always like, oh, it has to be professional videos. Some of my highest converting testimonial videos and personal videos that I've recorded have been done right here.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be a $5,000, $10,000 production for a video to be effective. You got to just get out of the zone of discomfort, right? The comfort zone, and get into the zone of discomfort. Put yourself out there, and again, it's about the quality of your message and about your intention and your energy showing up on video that is far more powerful than the fancy production and lights and camera.
It's so interesting because I've had a very similar experience where our best testimonials, and specifically our best converting testimonials,
Yes.
i.e. the testimonials that we have that drive the most conversions, are actually not the ones that are produced. It's actually the ones that are recorded on Dub using the video reply function or something in Zoom that was imported. And the reason why I think is because there's that authenticity factor. It doesn't look scripted. There's no hair and makeup. Now, we're not saying don't produce your testimonials. If you can, do it, but maybe do it in one of two different ways and then A/B test it.
Yeah, do both. Because like I said, we even have clients who have done both, and we still continue to use both the home recorded ones and our event produced ones. But they're both effective. And like you said, there's that trust factor sometimes when they're in their home and they're like, okay, this was done and wasn't the full production.
Love it. One of the things that I would recommend for folks, in fact, you have it actually on your videos, is the video reply, and that's just a reply with video call to action right here. This is something that we actually failed to include in your preset, but I just added it right now in real time. So this is kind of exciting. So now every time you send a video message to someone, if they want, they can click reply with video, and that can be a testimonial video. So now anytime you send a message, you can say, click on the reply with video button and let me know what you think. Let me know your testimonials or your case study or what you want to talk about. And this now allows us to go from asynchronous video communication to synchronous video communication where it's all pre-recorded. So keep in mind, folks, if you capture a testimonial video, you can integrate that into your sales, into your advertisements, on your YouTube videos, on social media. The sky's the limit, just make sure you get permission.
That's true.
So where can people learn more about you, Jessica? LinkedIn, I know, is your channel, your website, your offer. Give us all.
Yeah, definitely go to jessicayarbrough.com. There's resources that you can download there. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Please send me a message and let me know that you heard me on this show, and I'm happy to connect. And also check out my YouTube channel. I know you've got the links to those. We're putting out videos every single week.
Very cool. Well, I am going to go and share all of this stuff. And folks, don't forget to grab that ladder of influence. And what was that URL again?
JessicaYarbrough.com/influence.
There it is. So we'll share these links in the comments. Jessica, thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.